Hi friends, I am back again after a short break. Today I am in Dubai and I plan to explore the creek that divides Dubai into Deira and Bur Dubai, two different places but one big city. Since ancient times, Arabia was a center of activity with their geographic position, and traders and explorers from all over the world made it their destination. They had their pearls, then the spices and clothes from the east to trade with their western counterparts. Persia, as it was in the ancient times, had their own culture, and the dreamers were always there actively shaping the nation. Then they found oil, and that turned the people and landscapes into the modern-day Emirates, a land of skyscrapers and thriving business. But they don't want to forget their past, and all those ancient relics are collected here in museums and libraries on the banks of the creek. The famous Dubai port is just across the street. The Queen Elizabeth II is permanently docked here with its multiple restaurants. There are parks and play areas for people to spend quality time with their family and friends. Heritage Museum is on the Bur Dubai side, and they have recreated a whole ancient city here, complete with the buildings and alleyways. Fresh water was precious, and people supplied it manually to homes and shops around the creek, carrying water cans on their shoulders or on animals. The creek was once the busiest place, and the traders and the elite had their stations here. The ancient city is now a center of knowledge and recreation for the modern travelers, giving them a peek into the past. The old alleys sleepy with the old dreams of glory. This is one of those mansions of old times, with the magnificence of a king's palace. There are open spaces near the creek with stunning views of the small vessels that ferry people to their destinations. For travels over the seas, they use dhow that comes in many fashion with 1 or 2 masts, storage spaces and living quarters on board. Various products pass through Persia internationally. On these dhows are the smaller versions of them. On the other side you can see the activities of the traders, with their dhow in their office, busy at work. People prepared their dhows on these banks of the creek, for long travels lasting many months, to destinations. These buildings house the library and the museums with the old relics of glory and history. The old architecture. Here is one dhow coming into the Dubai Creek, maybe from Iran, Egypt or any other Arabian countries with their cargo and dreams. and the old Dubai with their small buildings and shops are now replaced with an ever-changing. This passage that runs underwater to cross the creek connects Bur Dubai with Deira, and Deira is another place, a different city altogether. The land of magic carpets are still very much of an attraction with both the old and modern worlds. Dow building is still an active business in Dubai, and this is one in the making. There are skyscrapers coming up in this part of the deserts, and Dubai is always growing. Why? On the east side, the heritage city extends further with more shops and restaurants as if to merge the modern and ancient aspects of Dubai. This small boat called Abra is waiting for travelers going places on both sides. There are Arabic and international brands catering to a diverse clientele, shops selling rugs, carpets, perfumes and curios. The buildings are made with the same techniques of the past. Here you are in the midst of ancient Persia, away from the busy Dubai cityscapes. This is a Dow converted into a floating restaurant. They start business by evening hosting parties or catering to individuals. The sightseeing trips also offer dinner with Arabic music and belly dance at times. Some international hotels also offer their hospitality here in these ancient buildings with their local and international cuisine. Here is an Abra taking travelers to another destination on the creek. That is Deira sprawling on the other side of the creek with its own high-rises and piers. And that is another destination. International brands like Hilton have their presence here, like this curio shop on the piers. On this side also have various cafes and entertainment. Fast food kiosks find their own place on these alleys. Artisans and musicians from all over the world perform here. Punjabi artists here are trying to interact with the tourists, showing off.
Mixed by DJ Deira.
A large community of Indian traders are stationed around the creek, and they come here to spend their short vacations with their families. Small carts with their delicacies bring back old memories when they were a common sight on these. A Rajasthani band is performing their folk music surrounded by their handcrafted art. Starbucks has a beautifully laid out cafe for their die-hard fans who settle for nothing less. Dreamers from around the globe visit Dubai. Some for a living, some for trade, and the tourists pursuing their dreams. Another dhow is moving along through the nightlife of the creek, maybe to another long voyage. Dubai is always here with open hands, welcoming the guests. Always warm and anticipating the next moment that comes their way. And the enchanting creek with the history of the glorious past and the future that is.